Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Defender. As many of you know, yesterday was Palm Sunday in the Catholic Church, which signals the beginning of Holy Week. Holy Week, for those of you who are not aware, is the week in which we commemorate Jesus' passion, death, and resurrection so that all of mankind may have a chance of entering heaven. To understand why Jesus had to come to earth to save mankind, it is vital to understand that there is a spiritual war going on for the soul of each and every man and woman between the forces of heaven and of hell. Despite what many people, heretical Protestant and Catholic alike, believe, not all souls go to heaven. Demons possess people, demons tempt the weak of mind into mortal sin, and they tempt the weak of flesh into mortal sin as well. Possession is nothing new in the dictionary of Catholicism. Even within the Bible, we see Jesus driving out demons. When the Pharisees gave the lame excuse that Christ was driving out demons in the name of Beelzebub, Jesus replied, quote, "Any kingdom which is divided against itself is heading for ruin, and house collapses against house. So too with Satan. If he is divided against himself, how can his kingdom last? Since you claim that it is through Beelzebub that I drive devils out." End of quote. Over the course of history, ever since Adam and Eve fell prey to the serpent's temptation, humankind has waged an ongoing war against temptation and Satan himself. This battle is not like any worldly fight, as Satan has already been conquered. He is only free to do as much as God allows. However, he now preys on the souls of men, the weaker of God's creation, tempting them and harassing them in hopes of dragging them down into eternal torment with him. A priest, during an exorcism, it works, by the way, asked the demon how many souls had been condemned to hell. The response was, "We are so many that if visible, we would obscure the sun." That's an answer to all you universalists out there. Saint Gemma Galgani, one of the founders of the Passionist order, spent almost her entire life plagued by the demons. According to her confessor, she would sometimes enter rooms only to be struck from behind to the point where she would be unconscious for several minutes. She'd be physically hit. However, she was never afraid of these creatures of darkness, laughing at them but refusing to stoop down to their childish level and exchange taunts with them. At one point, a priest visiting her entered her cell with her, only to be terrified by a black imp crouching on her bed, which was hissing and spitting. Gemma merely sighed, took some holy water from her pocket, and doused the apparition, which instantly vanished, and then she proceeded to apologize for her inconvenience. Many saints or holy people have spent their entire lives being tormented by creatures of the demonic. In post-World War II Germany, a hellhole if there ever was one, a 16-year-old girl woke up repeatedly during the night and claimed to see faces watching her in the darkness and hear loud scratching noises, footsteps, and banging of doors. Her family heard these sounds as well, but they never actually saw the demons, only she did. The girl had offered her entire life to God as a victim of his love to help with the recompense of a sin her mother had committed before her birth. When she was 17, she suffered a stroke, but the doctors could never find what was actually wrong with her. Over the next 6 years, it became more and more obvious that the girl was possessed. 2 priests performed a combined 67 exorcisms on her, but the demons refused to come out of her. Eventually, the girl began to refuse all food and drink, saying that she did not want her body to be controlled by Satan. In her last moments, she was finally able to receive the Holy Eucharist, the body and blood of Christ, for the first time since the demons had entered her. She died a holy death, defeating Satan in the progress. As the famous exorcist Father Ripperger says, Satan has already been defeated, he is only permitted to do as much as God allows him. It's important to understand, especially during Holy Week, but throughout all our lifetime, that the demons are real and they are really trying to bring as many of us down to hell, and they've already accomplished in bringing many souls. It's important that we keep ourselves free from sin and we not ever think that we are in the clear, because only God truly knows if we are going to heaven or hell, and we must try our best to get to heaven. Otherwise, Satan will win in this one battle, but in the end, only God will win.